So I'm working with Parks and Recreation to get that piece up and going. We have a jewel here in the city of Grambling, which is a city park, and we need to enhance that and make that more available to our citizens as well as the students.
When we talk about the city park, the first thing that comes to my mind are those geese. Every time I go to that city park with my daughter, those geese get after us, and they are very aggressive.
Right.
That's their territory,
Right,
but I'm excited to see how that park can be retrofitted so that it can be, brought revitalization, you should say, you know what I mean?
Exactly. The state wildlife and fishery, they stock that pond at least twice a year with catfish in the fall, and they just stocked it with rainbow trout.
Okay.
So that's available down there for fishing. We just need to enhance it, improve it, and let everyone know what's going on at City Park.
All right. On January 31st, President Joe Biden issued an annual proclamation designating February as American Heart Month. Today, we bring attention to heart health by wearing red on National Wear Red Day. This is always held for February 3rd. By wearing red, we honor the memories of those who we have lost to heart disease, and we celebrate the courage of the countless ones living with cardiovascular conditions. I want to ask you, fellas, why is it so important for our community and our campus to maintain awareness around our overall health and heart health in general?
Well, obviously, having a healthy heart sort of helps you stay alive, right?
Right, exactly.
That's kind of the operations center of the body. And I certainly want to recognize and thank the members of Delta Sigma Theta sorority for each year helping us to recognize this day and to give us the opportunity to, again, wear our red, but also to show the cohesion between the university, the city, our residents in recognizing this day, and to highlight the importance of heart health. And so, again, we definitely want to be able to showcase the fact that year after year, the ladies of Delta Sigma Theta, the alumni chapter here in Grambling, have continued to lead the awareness campaign on that.
Yes, I certainly agree. A healthy heart also lead to good, clean eating first, and then work your heart. That's a central part of your body. So here again, I want to thank them for inviting me and me participating in this proclamation today.
Awesome.
The first of many, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
The first of many. Absolutely.
Right. It's always good when the university and the town that it resides in can have a strong working relationship, and all of us kind of all have a rapport here through Grambling State University, the common denominator of it all, so it's always good to have that. February is also Black History Month, and paying tribute to generations of African Americans who struggled with adversity to achieve full citizenship. And we also want to remember important people and events of history of the African diaspora. Just a little tidbit here, the History Makers African American Video Oral History Archive chose Grambling State University's senior Faith Carr as one of their 2023 student ambassadors. Mayor Bradley, I got a question for you. Why is it so crucial, do you feel, for us to continue Black History Month traditions and observances like we do?
Well, if you lose your history, then you kind of lose yourself. Right. And I think that's one of the most important things as it relates to knowing who you are and where you came from. Now, myself as mayor, we are working toward our Juneteenth, which is history festival, heritage festival. So we're going to try to do that as big as possible and invite the surrounding communities in to join with us as well as we celebrate our heritage.
Okay.
And, for us in Grambling, of course, as a kid growing up here, not fully appreciating the significance of this community, and not until I got older really understanding you know, just what a larger than life figure Eddie Robinson was.
Exactly,
okay,
exactly.
He was Coach Rob, who lived across the street from one of my childhood friends. You know, and you know, here in the Hobdy Assembly Center, you know, Fred Hobdy, you know, leading the state in wins in collegiate basketball, and you know, Willis Reed, and you know, just all the greats that have come through here that I would see in my dad's barber chair as a child. Again, those bits of Black history are also American history, and Grambling has been the place where history has been made. History makers have made their mark right here on this campus.
On this campus.
That's right. So we really have a lot to be thankful for and grateful for, and can't lose sight of just how significant our place is in history.
Yes, exactly.
Prez, I see them flagging us down. Mayor Bradley, it was so wonderful having you on. Hopefully we can look forward to more interactions, get you on Prez Says again sometime soon.
Absolutely.
Coming up later on our program, we will speak with the Tigers head baseball coach, Davin Pierre. Next, after this break, we'll be talking with Tisha D. Arnold here on Prez Says. See you on the other side of the break.
Where's everybody going? This game's not over. So we're not the best. Our kicker stubbed his toe on the ball, and pretty sure our mascot has this costume on backwards. But this is our team. No matter what.
Got 100 happy days coming your way. 100 happy days. So put a smile on your face. 99 problems, you know you ain't got them. Good times are here to stay. You got 100 happy days coming your way. Don't need a song for you to dance. Go ahead and get up. Just might surprise you. Spending all your time looking for a pot of gold. It doesn't matter if you miss.
Grambling is growing. It's a community. Grambling is an education, an experience. Grambling is legacy, tradition, and the future. What is Grambling? Grambling is all of this and more. Grambling is the place where everybody is somebody.
We are back here on Prez Says. I'm Charles, and we have the pleasure of being here with none other than Tisha D. Arnold, Director of Trademarks and Licensing here at Grambling State University. How are you doing today, ma'am?
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Good, good. So I want to get straight to it, Miss Arnold. I understand that in January, you participated in an International Collegiate Licensing Association conference held in Las Vegas. So what insight can you bring us regarding the university and protecting our brand that you may have picked up from that conference?
Sure. So, you know, the main takeaway for me was that it was confirmation that we're headed in the right direction, helping people understand the importance of making sure that we're in compliance when it comes to licensing. If you boil it down to what it is, essentially it's fraud. If you're taking someone else's likeness or their name or their marks and you make profit off of it and then you don't pay royalties. I'm a Chicago native, so I remember when you had these Chevy Caprices and they had Sprite and Coca-Cola and Nike on them.
That was a time.
And that was a time, you know, when people were doing that, and we think it's harmless, but when you begin to sell products and make profit and you don't pay royalties for using those images and those references, then it's a criminal act. So this conference was, it was eye-opening, but it was definitely confirmation that we need to be where we're headed.
Well, look, and Charles, I'll tell you, I almost had to twist her arm to get her on the show today because she prefers to be on
I'm
the
on the other side.
Other side, right.
of the camera. But Tisha, I definitely want to thank you for your diligence and persistence in really moving our licensing and brand awareness forward. And you hit the nail on the head in terms of the value of our brand, and it's not harmless when we purchase unlicensed merchandise from our friends on Facebook and Instagram and other places. And of course, I'm constantly sending you screenshots of merchandise that's not licensed. So let's speak to just the economic impact to the university by us not protect, if we don't protect our brand.
Absolutely. So if you look at someone that sells maybe 500 products of something, 500 units of something, if they're selling it at $50 per unit, that's a considerable amount of money, and a portion of that needs to go back to the very image that you're referencing. You couldn't do this if it was MSNBC. You couldn't do this if this was Coca-Cola or Nike or Adidas. So we need to make sure that we treat Grambling State University's brand the exact same way. When we have our conversation, I tell you, everything cycles back to 1901. Those four numbers mean everything. So the legacy, the history of this institution needs to be protected. So if someone wants to sell products, they need to understand people might buy it thinking they're supporting the institution. But if you've not gone through the proper licensing process, then you're pocketing all of that, and the institution doesn't get any, no kickback from that. So, when I look at, they had this trade show where you could see all these different brands. We're talking Hanes, Coliseum, Fanatics, all of those larger brands, and I looked at how they showed up for these other schools, and that was important for me so that people understand that the way we show up is everything. It is everything. So we have to make sure that we're going through the proper channels to make that we get the credit for that.
Absolutely. And of course, as I look out at this monitor and these cameras and microphones and this facility we're in, these things don't fund themselves.
That's right.
It takes money to do that, and so our licensing and our products that are sold that are licensed help to support providing the state-of-the-art equipment that our amazing students are utilizing here to bring this this program literally worldwide. Coach Pierre is going to be on in a minute. Those uniforms they cost money, and cleats and baseballs and socks and everything else. Everything costs money, and so we can better provide for our students if everybody will embrace the fact that this is a protected brand. It is, and that they should make sure and look for the label.
Absolutely. So, the thing about it is people think the licensing process is difficult. It's not. It's just a matter of going to clc.com/get licensed. There's a process where you will apply some information, and then you pay a fee, and then we get you started in the system. Most of the time I run into licensees that may have the license, but they don't realize they need to submit their artwork. So there's a portal that you go through, and then all of that artwork is submitted. And I'm talking everybody, Nike, Coliseum, all of the brands that represent Grambling State University on their merchandise, they all are subject to that portal, and they all submit their information to that portal. So it doesn't matter if you're a brick and mortar somewhere here in Grambling, or if you're on the other side of the country, or really another continent, everyone is subject to going through that process. So it's not a difficult thing to do. It's just a matter of making sure that you go through the protocol. So we get just due for our representation of our brand. Absolutely.
Not to mention some of that unlicensed products, it doesn't look too good. It looks kind of janky.
No.
Like it's like the tiger isn't tigering the way it should be. Like,
and I see some things. Enforcement Day is always an interesting experience, and we have to go and we tell people that set up things, just to help them understand. It matters. I say it all the time. It matters how we say our name. And that, for me, that means whether it's visually or verbally, we can't just put anything out there, because people will, if something happens to a product, they won't say, well, John, who sold this to me is messed up. They're going to say, well, Grambling State University sold me a bad shirt. So everything, every aspect of that is important when it comes to our brand. So we see some things that probably they shouldn't be. But there are some red flags. Like if you're buying it from Facebook, a Facebook private group, generally that's a red flag for me, because none of our licensees know that they can't get enough volume by selling through a private Facebook group. So they have to market. They have to go through websites or brick and mortars or trade shows.
Okay. Looks like we're about to get to another break here. Stay with us. Right after this break, we're going to sit down with longtime Tiger coach Davin Pierre and speak with him about what's up next for Tiger baseball here on Prez Says. We'll see you on the other end of the break.
Thank you.
Grambling State University app is here, and the features make it 100 times easier for you to navigate through the semester. Get direct access to your grades, student email, your Tiger One card, news, the KGRM radio station, campus events, local weather, and more. There's even a map that'll show you exactly where you are on campus so that you can get to where you need to be. In your free time, you can stay up to date with the latest social media posts from the Grambling State University Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So head over to the App Store and download the Grambling State mobile app today.
Cats down by 58 with 1 minute left.
Hey, where's everybody going? This game's not over, so we're not the best. Our kicker stubbed his toe on the ball, and pretty sure our mascot has his costume on backwards. But this is our team. No matter what.
You got 100 happy days coming your way. 100 happy days. So put a smile on your face. 99 problems, you know you ain't got 'em. Good times are here to stay. You got 100 happy days coming your way. Don't need a song for you to dance. Go ahead and get up. Just live your life and take a chance. 'Cause it just might surprise you. Spending all your time looking for a pot of gold. It doesn't matter if you
Got the freshest gear, man. That's all.
Welcome back, and thank you for joining us here on this next segment of Prez Says. On set with us right now, we have the newly appointed head coach of our men's baseball team, Mr. Davin Pierre. Coach, how are we?
Man, it's a good morning. It's a good morning, man. So I'm excited to be here with you guys, man. Thank
Awesome. Excited to have you.
So, Coach, we're definitely glad to have you on. Tell us what is what is it? Do we have a microphone? Okay, go into a break.
Going into a break?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm being told we're going to go into a break, and then we're going to come right back with Coach.
Can you hear me?
We good? Oh, we're back. We're back. Do want to apologize for the technical difficulties. I know we seem perfect, but everything does not go perfect all the time. Murphy's Law, if it can happen, it will happen. We do apologize for that technical difficulty. But back to the man of the hour right now. Coach, without giving away too many secrets, how we looking this season? What we looking like this season?
Man, I think we're going to be strong.
Yeah.
You know, we were able to bring back about 7 guys that were kind of almost everyday guys for us. We bring back 3 guys that were all conference and Cam Buford and
awesome.
Trey Burrell and also Trevor Hatton. So those guys are going to be guys that kind of be the catalyst for our offense this year. And then we were able to, I was able to get out and recruit, man, and get some arms in here, man. Some guys that are from the 4 years and some guys that are from JUCOs. So we feel really good about the back end of our pen, feel really good about our starters. We think that was one of the things that kind of held us back last year was our pitching staff. But this year we feel like, everything is going to come together. So I feel really confident about our year this year and about, where we're headed in this program.
It's amazing when a couple of those names that you mentioned, they sound so familiar, and you sit there and you realize that these kids are growing up in front of you. They're turning into young men, and it's just, I like what you do with your program, and like those kids have always had a good working rapport and relationship with you, so this is awesome. Do want to let everybody know that the Atlanta Braves are hosting the annual weekend series between historically black colleges and university baseball programs. They're going to be honoring the Braves Hall of Famer and HBCU graduates in the Ralph Garr Bill Lucas HBCU Baseball Classic. The 2023 weekend series will take place Friday, March 3rd through Saturday, March 4th at Cool Ray Field. So this is going to be a 3-game series. This is going to be between Grambling State University and Florida A&M. Coach, this is a big deal. Can you explain to our viewers and our listeners what kind of opportunities arise when your kids perform on this kind of stage at that level?
Yeah, so this HBCU Classic is about getting all of our HBCUs the exposure that they need. Obviously black baseball is something that has digressed, in our country when he talks about Major League Baseball. So this is an opportunity for our kids to get the exposure. And, it's Ralph Garr. It's Ralph Garr. He's one of our own.
Right.
You're talking about a guy who is, a Braves Hall of Famer. I think in 1974, if I'm not mistaken, he is the NL batting champ, and also he's an all-star. So, man, we are honored to go out there to represent him and Grambling State University in Atlanta, where we have a big alumni base. So we feel really good about that opportunity, and it's great exposure for our kids. They get a chance to play in a Major League Baseball park, in a facility. They get to go tour the Atlanta Braves facility. Last season, they got a chance to sit next to the championship trophy. Yeah. So they're excited about the opportunity. We're excited about it. And this year we got to come out with some wins, man. It's been the past couple of years, man. FAMU has gotten the best of us, so we feel good about it, man. It's an honor to be a part of it. It's an honor to represent Ralph Garr in that organization.
Coach, I was there last year for the tournament. How do you get the guys ready to go out and play in that cold weather? Man, it was so cold,
I think, first of all, baseball is not meant to be played in the cold. We don't like, the pitchers like it because obviously the offense goes down. But they know that we practice it in a little bit, and they're just excited. It's the season opening, or it's right around opening day. They're still got the energy, and so it's just and they're playing in a major league facility, so they get a chance to it's the big lights, it's the big scene, it's the exposures, the cameras in front of them. So they find a way to motivate themselves to get ready to play.
Well, and again, as a spectator of the event last year, to see the championship trophy, the Braves trophy was really something that was historic, and so not only for our players and coaching staff to be able to see it. Not everybody gets an opportunity to see the championship trophy on display. So again, I want to thank you all for being a part of it, and I know it's never easy to get there and go to Atlanta and do all of this, play in the cold and all of that. So again, I appreciate all the work that you all do to get the guys ready, have them motivated, and again provide them with these kinds of experiences that will last a lifetime. And you also made another really interesting point. Our alumni base there, the Metro Atlanta chapter, is just, they're so incredibly supportive.
Man.
You want to talk just a little bit about some of the support you all get from
Listen, they take care of us, man, with the support. And one of the things as a coach and somebody that played at Grambling and somebody that's a Grambling alum, I want my kids to get a chance to see the family vibe of Grambling State University. We talk about it all the time. We tell them it's a family vibe. We tell them it's a place where everybody is somebody. But when they get a chance to go out there and see the Atlanta chapter and see those individuals rooting for them, have the Grambling gear on, talking to them about Grambling, and they don't care whether you win, whether you lose. They just know, man, you playing for Grambling. Right. So that is the vibe that we want to give our kids, the exposure to see that, man, this is so much bigger than baseball for us. Right? We want to win games and win championships and all those things, but we want our kids to be great husbands, great fathers, great provider for their family, but we also want them to see the Grambling way. And when we get to Atlanta, they get an opportunity to see the Grambling way.
Awesome, awesome. It's not all hype. Gram fam, we actually live by that motto. It's
Absolutely.
really just a big family.
Not just a hashtag.
Right, it's not just a hashtag. Not just a hashtag.
And look, not to alienate our other alumni areas. You get the same support?
I get the same support when I go to Houston. We're getting ready to go to Houston in another HBCU Classic, Cactus Jack Classic, opening day. We get support in New Orleans where we go play in the Andre Dawson Classic. I actually get opportunity to play on MLB Network there. So everywhere we go, our alumni shows up for us, man, and they do a great job at supporting us. So hats off to our alumni, man. And keep on supporting us, man, and we're gonna keep on fighting and continue to pile up them wins for y'all.
Awesome, awesome. I'm getting the wave, so it looks like we're going to go to another break. When we return with our final guest, I'll give you a little hint who it is. It's a multi-platinum recording artist and entrepreneur representing the Vallejo area, popping his collar. May bring some slurricane out too. You never know. You don't want to miss who's coming up next here on Prez Says.
What is Grambling? Grambling is growing. It's a community. Grambling is an education, an experience. Grambling is legacy, tradition, and the future. What is Grambling? Grambling is all of this and more. Grambling is the place where everybody is somebody.
Grambling State University app is here, and the features make it 100 times easier for you to navigate through the semester. Get direct access to your grades, student email, your Tiger One card, news, the KGRM radio station, campus events, local weather, and more. There's even a map that'll show you exactly where you are on campus so that you can get to where you need to be. In your free time, you can stay up to date with the latest social media posts from the Grambling State University Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So head over to the App Store and download the Grambling State mobile app today.
Got 100 happy days coming your way. 100 happy days. So put a smile on your face. 99 problems, you know you ain't got them. Good times are here to stay. You got 100 happy days coming your way. Don't need a song for you to dance. Go ahead and get up. Just live your life and take a chance. Cause it just might surprise you. Spending all your time looking for a pot of gold. It doesn't matter if you miss.
Cats down by 58 with 1 minute left.
Hey, where's everybody going? This game's not over, so we're not the best. Our kicker stubbed his toe on the ball, and pretty sure our mascot has his costume on backwards. But this is our team. No matter what.
All right, we are back here on the set of Prez Says. I'm Charles Talbert. We also have another Tiger that is doing big things. Up next, we're going to show a video here from our very own Dante Jackson of our men's basketball team. He's going to give us a brief message and possible overview of the program in there.
I'm extremely excited for our fans, for our players, for our families that's going to attend. This is an incredible opportunity for us to showcase our university, our brand of basketball, and just our athletic department. Just really excited for our guys to have this opportunity. I mean, it means everything, because for us, to be able to play an NBA All-Star weekend for our guys, they, you know, I mean, they all dream of playing in the NBA. You know, like, will they make it? We don't know, you know. But the thing is, to be able to go out there and play this basketball game, it's just an incredible opportunity, and it's just an incredible feeling as a coach, because you're basically getting to showcase your guys to the NBA. And they get to play in front of their fans, they get to play in front of their fan base, and it's going to be a nationally televised game. And, I mean, what other team better to play than Southern? I think this next contest, we expect another tough game. You know, Southern's playing really good basketball. I believe we're playing good basketball. It's going to be a highly intense game, as all of them. You know, it's our version of the Basketball Bayou Classic. You know, it's always bragging rights on the line, and we got to come out and compete at the highest level. Listen, you know, I mean, to be honest, I don't know if it's about the All-Star, but I mean, I'm excited to see all of them. I mean, whether it's Steph Curry, whether it's LeBron James, or one of my favorite guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo. You know, I love Big Giannis, and I'm a Milwaukee Buck fan. I'm a homer, so I love to see, you know, Giannis play. But, I mean, one of the guys that I would love to see and just meet is Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, some of my childhood legends.
All of that, the better.
Mm-hmm. I do want to talk about the NBA Classic. So this time, the new conferences and the new school, the NBA has lobbed its flagship HBCU event to the SWAC conference. So Grambling State University and Southern University will go head to head in Salt Lake City, Utah. How big is this for us? And then it looks like we also got Willis Reed as our honorary captain as well. So this is, they're making a big deal out of this. This is All-Star Weekend.
Absolutely. Look, All-Star Weekend in and of itself is a huge deal. I remember attending the one in New Orleans, and just, you know, all of the activities that surround it. So for Grambling and Southern to be invited to play during All-Star Weekend, again, is a huge deal. And so, of course, we'll have the NBA bringing up the teams, band, pep band, cheerleaders, you know, all of them being, you know, brought up to Salt Lake City, Utah for the All-Star Weekend. Is an experience that, you know, we want our students not only to learn in the classroom, but these are other learning opportunities that they will have memories that will last a lifetime. So
absolutely,
we're just so thankful that the NBA has you know, has invited us to participate, investing in this way in our students, and giving us an opportunity to showcase and highlight you know, what is the best of higher ed and HBCUs in Grambling, and of course in Southern too. So we're really excited to be up there in Salt Lake in just a few weeks. A few weeks,
right around the corner. So I know it's going to be a lot of activity going on in Utah, and that kind of piggybacks on what we were talking about with Ms. Arnold earlier, where we're talking about our licensing and our brand, and just overall just sending a message out there that, you know, that HBCUs do have a particular spotlight in this world and in our current media arena. So I'm so glad that we can be involved in something like that. It's like, it's always good to see us on the stage like that, you know, the front stage like that, as far as representing HBCUs.
That's right. And of course, you know, to have Tisha to attend the conference the other week, you know, dealing with licensing and marketing, you know, this is a big deal. I mean, although, you know, Grambling is a university, I mean, we're a school, right? But it's a business.
Right.
You know, we have bills to pay. You know, we have you know, financial obligations that the university has to meet, and so to be able to sell merchandise and to collect the royalty on the sale of that merchandise is crucial to the operations. You know, and so for, you know, any of our alums out there who, always, have a laundry list of things they want us to spend money on. Well, we need them just as energized and involved in supporting the protection of our brand, of our intellectual property.
Absolutely.
Such that we can provide the things that are on this this laundry list that we often get from our alumni, that they want to see us do all these things. It takes money. One of my former Senate colleagues had a saying. He'd always say that the answer is money. Now, what's the question?
Right.
Well,
because it's always going to lead back, and you're going to need money to fund any of these projects.
Everything that you see that we do at Grambling, other than the oxygen that we breathe in the air, everything else takes money to be able to do. So again, we're glad to be able to highlight that today.
Okay, Prez, it looks like we're going to take a little break here. We're going to come back and we're going to end off the show, and we'll be back here with Prez Says. Stay tuned.
Grambling State University app is here, and the features make it 100 times easier for you to navigate through the semester. Get direct access to your grades, student email, your Tiger One card, news, the KGRM radio station, campus events, local weather, and more. There's even a map that'll show you exactly where you are on campus so that you can get to where you need to be. In your free time, you can stay up to date with the latest social media posts from the Grambling State University Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So head over to the App Store and download the Grambling State mobile app today.
Cats down by 58 with 1 minute left.
Hey, where's everybody going? This game's not over, so we're not the best. Our kicker stubbed his toe on the ball, and pretty sure our mascot has his costume on backwards. But this is our team. No matter what.
What is Grambling? Grambling is growing. It's a community. Grambling is an education, an experience. Grambling is legacy, tradition, and the future. What is Grambling? Grambling is all of this and more. Grambling is the place where everybody is somebody.
Says in our final segment, and like we promised, we have a special guest here in the building with us, the one and only Mr. Earl Stevens, aka the Fonzarelli, also known as E40. Mr. Stevens, how's it going? Pleasure to meet you, sir.
How you doing? Pleasure to meet you too, buddy.
All right, all right.
Well, look, thank you, man, so much for being on. We were just saying last time we saw each other was Bayou Classic 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look, we're so glad to have you here, and I know everybody watching wants to know what in the world are you doing back here in Grambling.
Hey, man, I ain't been here in a long time. You know, I went to school here many moons ago. You dig?
Yeah.
But I've always wanted to get up here, and I'm here just networking and doing my I'm doing a video too as well. The song is called Bands, double entendre. So it's like bands and marching bands. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And just making my rounds and got some other stuff up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good deal. Well, look, just tell, if you don't mind, a little about, your journey here at Grambling. Although you say it was moons ago, that was when I was here too. So, yeah, you want to tell a little bit about your time on the yard?
Yeah. So, I'm from Magazine Street in Vallejo, California. That's up top, Northern California. And my cousin, Be Legit, he was like, man, I'm going to school. I'm about to go to school. I said, well, you going to school? Where you going to school? This was after graduating, you know what I'm saying, graduating and everything. He said, I'm going to Grambling State University. So I applied. I wasn't going to let him leave me out there. This was during the 80s when the streets was real tough, and you know, I would have been left out there. So I was like, man, I want to go too, you know, just to have that frame of mind and want to just leave out of your city, out of your 4 blocks. Yeah. You know, you got to, I got to pat myself on the back to want to do that, you know what I mean? Because some people just stuck in there, you know. So anyway, I got out here, had the time of my life, man, you know, it formed me to be a man. I was 18. And, you know, there was a lot of stuff I had to do on my own, like, you know what I'm saying, thanks to the support of my mom, sending me money through Western Union and stuff. I worked in the kitchen and the cafeteria. People don't even know I worked to help pay my tuition. I worked in the kitchen, bro. Wow. Washing dishes, man. You know what I mean?
It's like,
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like house party,
right
too.
Here at Graham, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, me, Be Legit, and Waldo used to play around with music all the time, like just rapping to each other, rapping over beats. And our boy JJ from Maria City, he had a big boom box, so we go to his room. We told him to loop Knowledge Me Omega by Original Concept. They looped it, and he looped it, and we made a song. We called it the Grambling State University School Alma Mater, like the remake of it, but it was hip hop. Mm-hmm. And so that song circulated throughout the campus, and through cassettes. Everybody dubbing cassettes. Remember them days?
I do.
Yeah, so it got real popular, man. And so the talent show came. We entered the talent show. We won the talent show.
Yeah.
Hands down, won it. Came out, signing autographs, everything. Polaroid pictures, the whole woo-wop. Yeah. You feel me?
And it's hard to win a talent show at Graham. It's a tough crowd. A lot of people don't know that the Grambling State University students is a tough crowd.
But at that time, man, they was so juiced about the song because they knew it. They knew word for word because it circulated before we even entered the talent show.
Right.
And so, you know, we get back to the Bay Area, we go straight to the studio. And from there, we called ourselves MVP. I hooked up with my brother, Mac D-Shot. It was me, Be Legit, Mac D-Shot, my sister, Sugar T. And we made an EP, and from there on, history was written from 1988 all the way to right now, 2023, man. Platinum recording artist, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Did it all.
But 2 things, and whenever I'm out recruiting and I tell prospective students, high school students, about, you know, our famous, you know, Graham fam, and when I say E40, man, they fall out like, what? I didn't know.
They didn't know, huh?
Right. And so when I talked to our freshman students, I did that last week. I said, you know, you have an opportunity to grow up, and also if you've got a talent, you can put it on full display here. And you just told the story that backs all of that up, that you can find yourself and really hone your skills and your talents right here at Grambling.
Very true. Yes.
But you didn't stop there.
The grit didn't quit, you know. So, you know, I've became, you know, I've ended up doing, you know, diversifying my portfolio.
Nice.
You know, so many things I have done, but, you know, I've dipped into the adult beverage business and food and beverage. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I sell, you know, I do R&D, I do the research and development, and I make and own 100% of all my products, and I do frozen foods. You know, I do burritos, I do sausages. I got 4 SKUs of sausages. I got chicken teriyaki, pineapple. I got chicken Philly cheesesteak, hot links. I got beef, mild beef and spicy beef. I got green burritos, green chilies burritos, and red chilies. You know, the ones we used to freeze up. Get out out of the 7-Elevens or the convenience stores.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got those. I have ice cream. That's my newest venture. I got 6 SKUs of ice cream. I got a very unique ice cream that I came up with. I hooked up with you know how they got, you know, pork rind skins?
Yeah.
So they also nowadays it's a company called Flock. And I was a fan of them before I even hooked up with them. So Flock is, they do chicken skins just like pork rind. Wow. Yeah. And it go crazy. It go crazy, bro.
Wow.
So, like it's high in protein and everything. So anyway, I hooked up with them and did a chicken and waffles ice cream. So it sounds crazy, but what it is it's bourbon vanilla bean ice cream, right? And inside of this maple syrup, right? And then waffle fillings in it, like, you know what I mean, the texture. And then I separated the chicken skins in a package. The package is sealed. Then on top it's a dome, and inside there you take the dome off. Everything is sealed up. Take it off. sprinkle your little chicken skins in there, and go at it.
Oh, wow.
Such a genius.
Yeah. Then the reference, the sprinkle me reference.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure, they sprinkle me, man. You know?
Should have brought us some of that chicken and waffle ice cream.
I was about to say, now, when can I come visit you in the Bay Area so
Anytime.
I can taste test on some of this?
Come to the crib, man. I stay in a guarded, gated community. You ain't got to be dealing with people. You just, I'm private. You know what I'm saying? We good, bro. I cook up there and everything. I do it all. I'm the goon with the spoon. That's another thing I meant to tell y'all. I go by the nickname of the goon with the spoon. Yeah, I'm a self-made Michelin star chef in my mind.
Nice.
And you're also quite a wordsmith. Goon with the spoon. I'm thinking that's a reference from one of your songs. I think that was one of your lyrics in a couple of them.
I Get Down. It's a song called I Get Down, and then also another song called We're Back in Business. I Get Down was with me and Be Legit.
Yeah.
Shout out to Be Legit because he went to Grambling as well.
Yeah.
And the Goon with the spoon is like, you know, I'm a goon with it. You know, it's like it's still cool. But it's really, it's telling the truth. It's like, you know what I mean? It's street, but it's still, it looks like me, goon with the spoon.
Yeah.
That's something that you know what I mean?
Me and Prez were just talking about the importance of branding and how the university is branding. And that's kind of the same thing you do with your products. Like all your products have an E40 feel to them. And especially like the names of the products, like you got like a popsicle Moscato or something like that.
Oh, so I have a orange sickle sparkling wine.
Yeah.
Remember the popsicles, the orange? It was called orange sickles.
Yeah.
I got that in the sparkling wine flavor format, and it tastes just like it.
Really?
I nailed it. You know, when you do your research and development, and you're all the way in, you locked in, you right there where everything is being made. That's me. You know what I mean? Yeah. We go through samples and different things. So I got a mango Moscato, which is 18% alcohol, 36 proof. You know what I'm saying? That's my top seller. That thing go crazy. And that's a Moscato. I have a Tropiscato that go crazy. All my products go crazy. Then I have a Moscato. I have a Pinot Noir. I have a Chardonnay. I have a cotton candy sparkling wine. Yeah, strawberry, watermelon. I do it all, man. I can keep going. I got bourbon. I have a gin. It's called Kuiper Belt gin. I called it Kuiper Belt because I was just trying to figure out, you know, okay, here we go. Sky's the limit. How high can you go? The solar system, right? So the Kuiper Belt is a place in the solar system that's surrounded by dwarf planets, like Pluto and all that. You dig what I'm saying? So I called it the Kuiper Belt with trademark made. So I got Kuiper Belt bourbon coming. That's coming next week, and then I got Kuiper Belt gin. So I can go on and on. I got Tycoon cognac. I have Ecuadente tequila. That's Eneo, Blanco, Repo, and Ecuadente means E40 in Spanish.
Oh, okay.
One of the few black-owned tequila companies, me.
Yeah,
and I've been doing this since 2018. It's doing very well.
And didn't bring us one drop. I see how you do. I see how you
They got it at the liquor store. I go get it before I leave.
All right.
Out here. It just touched down.
Now look, we if you're a longtime fan like me, you know that E40 is a wordsmith. I got a couple of notable words that you coined here. Or that I heard first on your record. So we got Gouda. You know, if you're getting your money, your cheese, your cheddar, your Gouda.
Yeah.
You got mail. You know, your mail. You're waiting on your check. That's still back to the money. The Popo. The first time I heard police referenced as Popo was in one of your songs.
I had a song called Outsmart the Popo, 1992. Many moons ago.
I got another one, Slap. You know, mean knocking or basing, like something of good to your ear. Like that's the first time I heard that.
Everybody
for you.
screaming slap now. That's slapping.
You
but just remember,
me?
food don't slap.
Right.
Music slaps.
Music slaps.
Food smacks.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello.
And
slap
then
and smack.
Yeah, exactly. You feel me?
You got you smell me or you feel me.
You feel me? Yeah.
Or you could do a variation or you figure deal me. Like it's a lot of words that you got going on. Sucker repellent, got to keep that handy.
Sucker repellent, you know what I'm saying?
Suckers around.
Lotion, the whole
Tycoon, you
first
reference yourself being a tycoon a lot.
That's right.
And we know you're from Vallejo, representing the Yay area.
The Yay area.
It's the first time I heard somebody refer to the Bay Area as the Yay area with you as well. So you got a lot going on, and we appreciate you coming down and spending time with us here.
Thank you.
Just when you are, if we can dabble on the music for a second, how do you feel about the current state of hip hop right now? I know that you still active.
Yeah.
the way your artistry, you've been here for phases of hip hop that a lot of artists cannot say that they've been in. And you've been able to not manipulate, but your style is just so fluid that it's relevant to these new artists as well. Like you had the track with Big Sean.
Yeah. 8 million copies on that one. So.
Right. You had the hyphy movement where you kind of reinvigorated yourself with that. The Little John movement, the Snap movement.
Yeah, I was part of all that.
So how do you, I don't know, how do you see hip hop going forward as far as the influence that hip hop has, like the culture on the world?
Well, one thing that I think that we can make hip hop better is when we have a more unique styles and different people. Because a lot of times people sound alike. Everybody sound like a lot of times, like a lot of times you just can't determine what artist is who. You know what I mean? Sometimes if you didn't see them actually. If you just heard it, you'd be like, who is that? Let me figure that. Okay, I now know. Yeah. But it's all about, and I say that it sounds easier for me to say because I got this unique throwed off style that's, one of one, you know what I mean? Right. And so, but it's the truth though. A lot of, when I hear the feedback of hip hop, it's like everybody sounding like, everybody saying the same wordplay. Right. They're saying the same words. It's like, we so smart and deep and so creative that we can come with all kind of different stuff. You just got to dig deep. You just can't relax. This is an occupation. You know what I mean? As far as hip hop, also, I think that, when you're from the streets, you speak about the streets. We are. I call myself the curb commentator.
Right.
You know what I mean? But now it's something I don't like. What they are doing is, using rap lyrics against, against rappers and these trials and all these and convicting them. That's not good. That's not good.
Be equivalent to
they don't do that to movie stars and whatnot.
Yeah.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we getting it together, man. And more and more, it's a lot of youngsters that's being brought up that's very known. You know what I'm saying? That has conversations with people like myself, and I give it to them straight, not fake. And I don't try to act like I'm this preacher guy because they don't want to hear all that. You got to get at them and find that happy medium when you talk to them, and they respect it, and they really. Anytime I talk to the youngsters, they say, man, they're posted on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, say, I just got some game from the OG, 40 Water. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like that.
I like it. You got any closing comments for us, Prez, or Mr. Stevens, you got any closing comments for us?
I'm going to yield the floor to our guests because we're just so excited to have you here. And of course, if you have any final words you want to share to our students who may be tuned in or our alums, how they can follow your lead to continue to support the G and how important it is, in what you're doing now, the impact that the Grambling had on you while you were here.
Oh man, like I said, it shaped and molded me, man. And I'm looking at this. I'm like, when did y'all do this? This is a nice stadium. Like, I'm like, what the hell? Right? How did this freshly new?
Step up from the men's gym.
Yeah, the men's gym. That's right.
You were in Pinchback, right?
I was in Drew Hall. Be Legit was in Pinchback. And then he moved over to Drew Hall second semester. You feel me? Yeah.
The high risers. That's back when they were the high
we had
risers.
good times here back then. It was quite interesting.
Yeah.
But man, I just encourage all of the youngsters to follow their dreams. And I was talking to the band yesterday, and I was like, man, we ended. I said one thing about me. I played the drums from 4th grade all the way to 12th grade. You understand me? And I've always, as soon as I heard the Sugar Hill Gang in 1979, when I was 11 years old, I wanted to rap. So I used to toy around with it. Years later, I really became a rapper. So you can really, if you just put your mind to it, you can pursue it. You know what I mean? So just stay money motivated and, dollar devoted, man. Hello.
Hello.
And business, please share a word of wisdom to our students as it relates to parlaying what you accomplished in music into your entrepreneurial.
Yeah, definitely. Base. And it's a lot of, nowadays they provide you with so much information that you, with a push of a button, like if you need to know, hey man, how do I start this record label? How do I start this cosmetics company? How do I do this? How do I start this restaurant? Everything is really online. You know what I mean? So I advise you to, it's right there in your hands. Back when I used to do it, we used to have to get the game from the OGs that was already established. All right. Or go to the library and figure out a lot of things. So that library, sitting in that library a long time, we made good of it though. But you just gotta really don't act like it's just a little thing to say. You want, first of all, get a business plan together and don't hop in a business if if you just want to say, oh, I got a business. Find out if it's a lucrative business. Because you want money. You don't want to be hustling backwards. You don't want to just be coming out even. You want to flip a profit. You know what I mean? So whatever it is, pursue it and stick to it. That's all I got to say.
So for any of our students who are tuned in, he did spend time in the library. You just heard it straight from him. So it wasn't just about rapping. He was a student and he studied as well. So again, thank you so much for being here and continuing to support our mission of training and educating all these young people that you see behind the camera and all around campus. We just appreciate you so much. Thanks so much.
Man, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for having me.
Yep.
Good to see y'all too, man.
All right. That's all we have for today. Until next time, we'll see you soon on Prez Says.